Hey everyone, welcome back. This will be our last video of this series for the NASM tutorial study guide. We have domains 4, 5, and 6 left, but they're relatively short, so I'm just going to knock them all out at once. Okay, let's get started. Just like before, get your study guide out, follow along with me, take notes. And we're on page 43, domain 4, exercise technique and training instructions. Be familiar with everything on this page, particularly the cool down phase of a workout. When you're cooling down, I know I got asked a couple questions on, what you should do when you're cooling down. What type of stretching, how many minutes of cardio, that kind of stuff. All right. Next page, 44. The key concepts, be familiar with everything on here, but particularly the key concepts. And the key concepts, they talk about what exercises are appropriate for my client, how many exercises are appropriate for my client. That kind of references back to when we were memorizing the tables for the acute variables, as well as understanding how to cater to special populations. Yep, so be sure you know that. And I've mentioned in my previous videos that, yeah, we need to understand and know and be very familiar with special populations, different considerations, and of course, acute variables, all the different reps, sets, and yeah, all that. Okay, moving on. Page 45. Safe and effective spotting techniques. These domains, 4, 5, and 6, it's kind of straightforward. It's almost like common sense. Never spot a machine-based exercise by placing your hands underneath the weight stack. That's kind of obvious, right? You don't want to crush your fingers. But I did get asked that on the exam, my exam. Maybe it'll be asked on yours. Spot at the client's wrist, not the elbows, especially when using dumbbells. I'm reading off of here. Yeah, just be familiar with everything on this page. And let's see, going on. Page 46. Now we're already on to domain 5. Client relations and behavioral coaching. Okay. A lot of this, again, I'll say it's pretty straightforward. Use some common sense when you're answering these questions, like how to enhance communication, use good body language, be sensitive to clients' feelings, connect emotionally, that kind of stuff. One thing though is be sure to know what active listening is, having an attitude and genuine interest in seeking a client's perspective, because the subcategories are what are closed-ended questions, open-ended questions, what does reflecting and summarizing mean? I got asked a couple questions on those terms and what type of questions to ask a client when you're trying to figure out what their goals are, what their intentions are. Okay, page 47. SMART. Know the acronym. S specific, M measurable, A attainable, R realistic, and T timely. Key concepts, be familiar with those. Page 48. Behavior change strategies. They talk about pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. I actually thought that I was going to have this covered on my exam, but it wasn't. I thought it would have been important, but it might be asked on your test. But so definitely know what each different stages are and how you progress from one state of change to the next. All right. And next page, 49. Yeah, this is just basic general information. Just know and be familiar with it. Key concepts, a common barrier, time, unrealistic goals, lack of social support, social, physique, anxiety, convenience. Yeah, pretty obvious, straightforward. Nothing too technical or complex. And then moving on to page 50, domain 6. Last domain, guys. Professional development and responsibility. Okay, so the first thing under key concepts is review the NASM Code of Conduct for the ethics and guidelines of all fitness professionals, blah, 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 blah. We all know, well, I don't know if we all know, but legally, as a personal trainer, we can't create nutrition plans. And you are going to get asked these kinds of questions on the test. You can provide guidance, you can ask questions, but legally, we are not allowed to create meal plans and nutrition plans. And they'll go over that in specific detail in the book. So be sure you know that and be sure to read that section. Business fundamentals, the 10 steps to success. I got asked one question on this. And so basically what the 10 steps is the first question is, what is the desired annual income? And it gives you an outline of basically how to set your goals of how many clients you need to train to meet your annual income goal. The question I got asked was, all right, so you're on step 3. To earn the weekly goal, how many sessions need to be performed? And then the next step is, what is the closing percentage? I got asked, like, okay, you figured this out. You figured out how much you want to make. So what do you have to calculate next? Yeah, I got asked one question there. So be familiar with these 10 steps. Page 51. The 4 P's of marketing, definitely know that. Product, price, place, promotion. And at the bottom of the page, requirements for maintaining certification. Key concepts. How do you renew your renew your certification? Getting 2 continuing education units. Renewing your CPR certification. You'll get asked something about this in the exam. I did, and I'm pretty sure you are too, because, well, you just kind of need to know. All right, last page, 52. This is it, guys. It's kind of sad, huh? All this time I spent with you, and now this is the end. Anyway, resources for credible information. Key concepts, the CEU courses, traditional advanced education, live events, publication mentors. Just be familiar. I wasn't asked any of this. How to effectively write a resume, adopt a lifetime learner mentor. These are just basic, very general overview. Nothing too important, nothing too crazy, nothing too hard to memorize or understand. So be familiar with everything on this page. Okay, guys. That concludes my tutorial for the NASM certification exam. By this time, we're roughly about 3 weeks in since I put out my first video. So 3 weeks, that's about 21 days. You are almost to the end of the book, reading the book. If you have any questions, again, be sure to hit me up, but I hope reading the book isn't dragging and you are being diligent about reading each chapter, not skipping anything. And of course, that's if you have the time, but I do highly recommend and suggest that you read the entire book if you can. And if you go to my first video, it's the general overview, and it'll outline the steps I would have taken in terms of study preparation had I had to do it over again. So if you're just jumping in right now, be sure to check out that first video, and yeah, it'll cover a good amount of information that I haven't covered specifically in the domain videos. All right, guys, I guess this is it. The best of luck to you. Good luck on the exam. Be sure to ask me any questions if you have any. And if you haven't yet reached out to me about getting that Excel table where I combine the 5 different charts or 5 different tables of the overhead assessment, hit me up. I'll email you the Excel spreadsheet that I made for it. Other than that, okay. Thanks, guys.